Lindsay Ell is here with us on 92.5 XTU, one of our performers at our 30th anniversary show, and a heck of a guitar player. And look who's sitting right there.
Whew.
Keith
Look
Urban.
who is sitting right there.
Did you talk to him?
One of my idols.
I wouldn't be insulted if you got up and went over there and went, how do you do that?
No, I'm here to talk to you, my dear. But Keith is a huge idol of mine. He's just such a sweetheart, let alone so talented musically. So I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, and you're a great guitar player, and that's one of the reasons why we were so enthralled with having you play at our anniversary show. And you're going to get to plug in electric. Boom.
It's gonna be fun. I'm excited to, have a little bit of a band there and plug in a Les Paul and make some noise. It's gonna be good.
Did your guitar choose you? Like
Harry
Potter's wand.
It kind of did, like Harry Potter's wand.
Yeah.
It kind of did. I started working with Gibson years ago, and I remember the head of Gibson Canada at the time was a girl. And so when I came into the showroom, she was like, "Lindsay, I have the perfect guitar for you." And so she walks into the room and hands me this purple Les Paul, and I kind of look at her funny, and I'm like, I can't play this thing. People are going to think I'm playing a clown guitar or something. It just looks, it's purple.
Right.
But, it's become sort of my baby, and I can't leave the house without it almost. So it's.
So now how many guitars do you own? Now the purple Les Paul, do you have a name for your purple Les Paul?
It is called the Goddess.
The Goddess.
And I have about 14 right now, but I will say that lightly because you can never have enough guitars, really. So this is a changing number. You buy, sell, mainly buy.
So do you know what sound you want on a particular song? Like you know, okay, I'm going to get the Goddess for this one, or
Yes. Yeah, in the studio is probably one of my favorite times for that reason, just because it's all about finding the right guitar for that song and the right amp and the right pedal combination. And so it is like you're a kid in a sandbox trying to figure it all out, and it's a lot of fun.
It's a language that I never was able to master for myself, and I like to watch and see what you guys do up there on stage, and it's just always, to me, an art. And Keith Urban was sitting here just a couple of minutes ago, and he said, I could share every chord that I ever made, every chord that I play, or my style. I could share it with another guitar player, but they will never ever be able to do what I do. They will do what they do because it comes from in your soul.
It's funny, if you gave the same guitar, rig, setup, amp, everything to 10 different guitar players, it would sound different every single time.
That's
and
interesting.
It's just because of that. It's your fingers, it's your touch, it's your feel, it's how you're playing, it's what you want to say in a solo, and yeah, it's very much so determined on the person.
Okay, so help me with something. So if you were to play the intro to Stairway to Heaven.
Yes.
Okay, which everybody does in the guitar store.
Mm-hmm.
And Jimmy Page were to listen to that, he could tell it's not himself.
Absolutely.
Even if you, even if it's the same notes.
Even if it was the same guitar.
Same guitar,
the
he'd go,
same
that's
mic,
not me playing.
The same
That's
amp
crazy.
that was in the
That's
studio,
interesting.
he'd be able to
That's
tell.
interesting.
I'd be able to tell.
That's interesting. Now, would you be able to pick yourself out of, if we played 100 Stairway to Heaven intros, and it was 100 different players in you, would you be able to find yourself?
That's a good question, and I think I have. When you spend enough time in the studio, you really get a feel for your own tendencies and
That's
just naturally what kind of vibe comes out and how you approach a note and how you get off a note. And so I think I would be able to pick myself out of 100.
That's crazy. I love that. I could talk music all day. But they gave me the mixing soup sign, so that means we got to wrap it up.
Hey, you know
That's
what
that means.
That's that mixing soup sign. I like that. I like this. But that's what makes it unique, why we have so many musicians and why everybody it's different every single time, and it's just up to the interpretation of the artist.
Well, I can't wait to see full band May 31st, our 30th anniversary show at the Susquehanna Bank Center.
Me
I think it's
too.
going to be a great day.
It's going to be so much fun. Thank you for letting me be a part.
92.5 XTU, Philly.